Mellow greetings, everybody. My name is James. I am from the internet. Today we are going to be talking about the decision in the Derek Chauvin trial, and more importantly, the reaction to that decision. Because frankly, I think everybody was a little bit surprised. I mean, I've been covering these things for like a decade, and even I didn't think he was going to get convicted on every single charge. It's just not something that happens very often. And even though I am not dancing in the streets and celebrating, because I know there's still 2 months till he actually gets sentenced, goes to a van, and gets driven to an actual federal penitentiary, and a lot of things can happen between now and then, I am certainly glad that tens of millions of people were relieved and literally celebrating, as they should. This was a win. Moves the needle very, very little in the general scheme of things, but it is a win nonetheless, and they're so rare, you have to take the win when you get it. However, at the same time that all of this joyous celebration was going on, the right-wing talking heads, the hate pundits, and the newer level of lower Republican politicians who are way over on the far right were having a collective meltdown on Twitter. They were literally decrying this decision as the end of all humanity. The earth is literally going to split asunder and crack in two, and we are all going to be engulfed by giant floods of liquid hot magma. Don't believe me? Let me show you. First up on the right-wing rage machine, we got my old friend Tim Pool, who apparently doesn't understand words. What do you got there, Tim? Cops need to resign en masses oh. Do you mean en masse? Like all together in a group is... I'm sorry, I'm just trying to translate whatever the fuck that is that you wrote into some concept of reality. Hold on, let me go check in with some of your friends who probably articulated this a little bit better than you did, because I don't know they're better at being hate ragey than you are. I don't know, step up your game, Tim. There he is, Steven Crowder, one of the 3 people who got me banned for life from Twitter. You know, the one who's concerned with all the snowflakes on the left who reportedly are the reason why he keeps getting suspended, even though I'm banned, but I digress. What do you got here, Steven? Oh, wise executioner of words. Of course there was going to be a pivot. Expect more police to quit in the coming weeks. All right, listen, Steve, let me cue you in on something here. As the son of a cop who was on the force for almost 20 years and then retired. Cops don't quit until they hit their pension goal. It doesn't fucking matter. Every other cop at the same police department could get fired and then sent to prison for life, and the other half of the cops who don't get sent to jail, they're still going to keep doing their job because all they care about is chasing a parachute. These are people who want to do whatever the fuck it is they want to do and retire by the age of 50. They want to have their house down in North Carolina that they go retire to, because Florida's just too gross and too hot nowadays, and kick it by the pool, and then forget about all the people that they beat and killed for the last 20 years to get their sweet ass pension. So no, Steven, cops are not going to be quitting in the coming weeks, other than cops who are already somewhere between 15 to 25 years of service, who estimate that they have already hit their financial retirement goals for life. That is, the ones that aren't paying out alimony and child support to 3 different people. But you get the drift, Steven. Who else we got on the rage machine? Former anarchist and faux journalist Cassandra Fairbanks. If you're a white police officer in a city, you should quit or move to a rural district. You could be next. A white police officer in a city? What are you trying to say about cities that are so bad, Cassandra? Oh, that's where the black people live. Oh, I got you. Yeah, that's why you moved out to the country, right? Well, that and you grifted like $300,000 from your viewers and then bought a house in a state where you could get real estate really cheap. But sure, Yeah, okay. All the white police officers should leave cities because of those angry black people, right, Cassandra? Hey, guess what? A white cop got sent to prison. They're a little less angry now, Cassandra. You should be able to exhale a little bit. Breathe a sigh of relief. You should be feeling good that, all those black folk aren't all angry now, right, Cassandra? But hey, only the white police officers in the city should leave, right? Cassandra, you don't want any of the black or brown police officers moving up to the country where you live now, right? Cool. It's totally not racist. Love you, Cassandra. Noah Pollock of the Free Beacon chiming in with everybody's favorite rehashed Nazi trope. It's Marxism. Systemic racism is such a perfect Marxist formulation. It delegitimizes an entire society without blaming anyone in particular, so it generates little opposition. It signifies everything and nothing simultaneously. It can't be proven or disproven. It's genius propaganda. Imagine thinking that systemic racism is propaganda when story after story comes out on the news about how a black family is selling a home, and then they take all the pictures out and put personal photos up of a nice white family, and instantly the house appraises for $200,000 more. No, that doesn't sound like systemic racism in the housing industry. No, not at all. There's literally tens of thousands of incidences just like that across a wide swath of systems. Ones that have a level of racism built into it. That's why it's called, survey says, systemic racism. But that's right, if a white cop gets convicted of killing a black man after, killing a black man on video, suddenly that's the Marxists coming for your freedom. Also, fun side note, 9 out of every 10 people who use the word Marxist have no fucking clue what Marxism is. See, Noah? I can make up assumptions too. It's not that hard. Quick, somebody give me a fucking hate guide. I'm gonna go join the right wing so I can make a quick $500,000 off of all these fucking chuckleheads who rage click anything that reinforces their low-key racist lifestyles. What else you got, hate mongers? Oh, it's our old friend Dave Rubin from the Rubin Report, whose brain is still obviously tired from taking in so many high-level ideas, chiming in on the tweets, trying to organize my calendar. Are we doing unity and healing now, or rioting and looting? Ah, yes, this is the part of the show where Dave plays Mad Libs. Always a childhood favorite of mine, and of course anything I liked in childhood, Dave Rubin now likes today as a full-grown adult. Ah, yes, rioting and looting, the language of thugs who live in cities. What Dave is trying to say is, what are you doing now, black people? Yeah, no fears at all, Dave. That's totally not a low-key, racist-ass dog whistle at all. Oh, is that like an annoying sound? Yeah. It's supposed to be. Cool. We're going to move on. Who else has some words of wisdom about the end of the universe? Ah, yes, Andy No, receiver of milkshakes. What do you got, A-grade hate monger? It looks like the far left are coalescing around the belief that mass, deadly political violence in 2020 produced the outcome they wanted. Ah, yes, and then to prove his point, he, quote, tweets a black person who tweeted that being peaceful did not get us here. And then, what he does in his tweet is he conflates not being peaceful with deadly. Why? Because Andy No sells rage clicks to worried, freaked out, economically insecure white people. That's his target audience. That's who he's talking to. So he wants to freak everybody out and make sure that they know that when black people say being peaceful didn't get us here, what they really mean is they're out to kill whitey. Right, Andy? Isn't that what you're saying? You did write deadly in that tweet, didn't you, Andy? What What's that, Andy? Oh, I can't hear you over the sound of you gargling milkshakes. How about you go fuck all the way off? Cool, let's keep going. Hey, look, it's Marjorie Taylor Gunn, the lady who got elected to Congress on the QAnon platform. What do you got for me, Marjorie Taylor Gunn? Black Lives Matter has now proven itself to be the most powerful domestic terrorist organization in our country. Really? Really? Black Lives Matter is a domestic terrorists organization? Not only is that grammatically incorrect, but it's also factually incorrect. Also, you don't just get to call anybody you don't like a domestic terrorist and that makes them a domestic terrorist. I think there's a government agency that does that, Marjorie Taylor Greene. If only you knew somebody who worked in the government who could maybe get Black Lives Matter added to an official government list of terrorist organizations. Shit. Man, it is a shame none of us know anybody who works in government who could make that happen for you. I feel really bad. I'm sorry. I'm going to move on now. Cool. Self-employed right-wing talking head Matt Walsh. The only systemic and institutional racism left in America is anti-white racism. Fun fact, Matt, since you're not very good at words, white people, they don't exist. It's not a thing. There are no white people, okay? Whiteness and white people is a construct. And you know who invented it? White people. Do you know why? Because they needed to differentiate themselves from the people they started calling black people after they were forced to stop calling them property. So you need to learn words, Matt, and maybe sit down. Okay, just say, you can stop typing. It's okay. Nobody's forcing you to tweet, Matt. You can stop embarrassing yourself and just not type. Just go out for a walk, maybe. Get a breath of fresh air. Oh, no, wait, there's scary black people outside. Never mind. Stay indoors. You're good. And of course, no walk through the right-wing park would be complete without checking up on our good old friend, Caitlin Bennett, a.k.a. Poopy Pants Gun Girl. What do you got for us, Poopy Pants Gun Girl? There's only institutional racism against whites. Wow, I feel like we just covered this one. And hey, Caitlin, what the hell is a liberal city? I thought all cities were liberal, you know, because they have black people. And last but certainly not least, all of the people predicting the Armageddon after the sun went down. Madison Cawthorn, who is a seated United States congressional rep from North Carolina, tweeted out this lovely ditty here yesterday. American businesses are going to burn tonight regardless of the verdict. And that tells you all you need to know about the left's belief in the rule of law. Hey, Madison, guess what? No business is burnt down. Not a single one after the Chauvin verdict was read. It's totally cool. It didn't happen. However, you're a fucking hate monger. So you predicted it and told all of your loyal followers that it would definitely happen, that it was factual, that this was surely going to come to pass. Hey, let's re-examine that second sentence there, Madison. And that tells you all you need to know about the left's belief in the rule of law. No, Madison, your prediction tells me all I need to know about your belief in fucking other human beings not being shit-sipping, fear-mongering animals like yourself. You have the lowest possible opinion of humanity because you understand that you are one of the lowest human beings on the face of the planet, and you're trying to hold everybody else to your remarkably low level. You are disgusting, Madison Cawthorn. You are the reason why hate exists. You are the reason why I have to keep coming on the internet and screaming into a goddamn microphone and pointing at the hate mongers so everybody else with a clue knows who to avoid like the fucking plague. You, top of the list, jackass. Now you have to excuse me for getting a little heated over this, but you have to understand. Back in January, these were the same people calling those who were raiding through the fucking halls of Congress patriots and concerned American citizens. So to all of you on the right who keep peddling this Marxist, chaotic conspiracy theory that America is just going to slide off the edge of the earth and vanish because one white cop got convicted of killing one black man, and meanwhile the other 99.3% of cops walk away scot-free? If that's the myth that you want to perpetuate, go on with your bad selves. I'm more than happy to let you all keep outing yourselves as hate mongers and racists. So go ahead, keep going. I will be here for it. And I will sure as shit make a point to keep showing people what you do. Until next time, my name is James. I'm from the internet and I'm out. Peace.